on the mat. Let's see if we can. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So just find a comfortable seated cross-legged position. And I'm going to go ahead and close the door. All right, roll the shoulders back. So I'll start facing you, and then in the room you can be on the same side as me, and then Zoom people, I'll be mirroring you, so we'll be the opposite. So go ahead and just roll the shoulders back, sitting nice and tall. Close your eyes. Hands can be comfortably on your lap. Take a deep breath. Maybe an audible exhale. And again, deep breath in. Feel that expansion through the chest. And exhale all the way out. And then just relax into a comfortable, natural rhythm of the breath. Let the shoulders drop with your exhale. Reaching the crown of the head toward the ceiling. See if you can relax your knees and just let them fall open, giving into gravity. And then we'll bring our focus to the breath as a way to begin to focus our attention inward. Focusing on our awareness, no judgment. Just allowing whatever happens, noticing sensations, notice how you're feeling without judgment. Just take note. And take a few more breaths. Really notice the expansion of the belly as you inhale. And the release of tension as you exhale. Letting go in the back of the neck. And go ahead and open your eyes, listening to the sound outside. Trying to hear rain. I'm not sure it's doing much, but anyway, let's inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, let the arms float down. Notice the movement in the shoulders, shoulder blades. Again, take the arms up. Lifting the chest, lifting the sternum. And exhale. One more time. Arms come up. And exhale, let the arms float down. And then we'll interlace the fingers at the back of the head. Open the elbows, sitting nice and tall. And then inhale, lifting the chest, slightly looking up. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the elbows together, rounding a little bit in the upper back. Feel the length in the back of the neck. And inhale, open. Feel the shoulder blades come together. And exhale, close. And inhale, open. And exhale, close. Feel that spaciousness between the shoulder blades. And open. And exhale, round. And let's come back to neutral. And just take your hands again to your knees. And we'll just slowly start to turn the head to the left on Zoom, to the right in the room. And then just slowly back the other way. Let the shoulders drop. Just a gentle movement side to side. And then looking toward the left on Zoom, toward the windows in the room, we'll just slowly take the head down. And then lift, chin comes up, keeping shoulders dropped. And very slowly looking down, gaze past your shoulder, and then come back to neutral. And we'll take it to the other side. Same thing, just let the head drop. Feel that stretch, the back of the neck. And then lifting up and drop. Sitting nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders down. And take it up. And we'll come back to neutral, again facing front. This time, we're just going to bring the ear to the shoulder. Notice that pretty intense stretch right away on the opposite side. And then you can slowly start to turn your head so your nose comes toward your shoulder. Notice how that changes the stretch in the side of the neck, maybe moving it back a little bit. And then keeping your head tilted, just start to look up. Moving very slowly, notice where the stretch is when you look down. And again, take it up. One more time, looking down, maybe looking just a little bit behind you. So you're intensifying that stretch just a little bit, like there's something right behind you you're trying to look at, the back of your shoulder. Option to extend that opposite arm or take it behind you. And breathe. Again, return your hand to your lap. Come into a neutral position and let the neck come back up. And let's do that to the other side. Felt that one. So we're start with dropping the ear to your shoulder. So you're looking straight ahead, but then you're just dropping the ear. So your gaze is still toward the front. And then we'll slowly start to rotate the nose or chin toward the shoulder. And then very gently looking up. Inhale, exhale, rotate down. And inhale, looking up. Exhale down, maybe start to turn a little bit further so you're looking behind you, extending that arm, maybe taking it behind you, sitting nice and tall, abdominals engaged. And then we'll release that hand back to your lap, bring the head up, back to neutral. And let's take our hands in front of our knees for a little seated cat and cow. So sitting nice and tall, we'll inhale and press the hands into the knees so that you use that leverage of the hands against the knees to bring the chest through, slightly lifting the chin, tilting the tailbone back, opening the chest. Feel a drop in the shoulder blades. Inhale, and then exhale the opposite. We're pulling back, rounding the back, drop the chin to the chest. Lengthen the arms so you can really find space between the vertebrae. And inhale, come up. And exhale, round. And inhale, lift. Keep that pressure on the knees. And round. Let the shoulders come forward, separating the shoulder blades, lengthening all through the upper back. And extend, drop the shoulder blades, separate the collarbones, and we'll come back to neutral. And let's take the left leg in the room, right leg on Zoom out to the side. Inhale the arms up. We're staying nice and active through that extended leg, pressing through the heel, and then rotate the torso toward that leg. And then we'll come down any amount, reaching the spine nice and long. So you're trying to bring your chest toward the shin. neutral neck. Staying active in the extended leg so you can flex that foot. Relaxing the shoulders. And then take your left hand on Zoom, right hand in the room, and we'll just cross it to the outside, to the pinky toe side, and reach a little bit further. So we've got a little bit of a twist there, dropping that shoulder, pulling back on that hip. Exhale, reaching, feel the stretch from the hip to the heel of that foot, from the lower back to the fingertips. And then we'll take that hand back. So one hand on each side of your leg and slowly walk it back up and face front. Let's take that right arm just behind on Zoom, your left hand behind the left hip, and we'll press the foot of the extended leg to the floor, and we'll just take it back. Option to lift the hips here, or you can keep the hips on the mat. So really take that shoulder back of the supporting arm. So you're using the shoulder blades for strength. You can take a hand and push those hips forward, and then reach the fingertips long, reaching fingertips to toes. Feel that stretch through the belly, through the hip, armpit, and then inhale. We'll bring it down slowly with control. Good. Again, keeping that same leg extended, let's take the arms up. And then exhale, we'll take a twist toward the bent knee. Shoulders drop, looking over the shoulder. Find that spinal twist. Shoulders stay down. Crown of the head is nice and tall. And breathe. Keep the arms and legs where they are. We can start to rotate the head. So now we're coming to look over the shoulder, over the front shoulder, maybe even a little bit past the shoulder, behind you. Feel that stretch between the fingertips of the arm and back. And then we'll let all that go and face front as you unwind, head comes back. And let's just switch legs. Again, staying nice and active through that extended leg. Sole of the other foot to the inner thigh. Take the arms up. And then rotating from the waist to face that extended leg. We'll start to come down. Reaching nice and long through the spine. Press the sit bones into the mat. Neutral neck, so you're not pulling the neck back. It's just an extension of the spine. And find that gentle inhale and exhale. See if you can relax the bent knee leg. And then option to take that hand on the inside and cross it over to the pinky toe side of that extended leg, reaching even further, pressing that hip, opposite hip into the mat as you reach that arm long. Some compression on the outside of the rib cage. Nice and long on that inside arm. And then we'll take it back so the hands are on both sides of the leg and just walk it back up. And then take your right hand behind the right hip for the Zoom people. And then we'll press the foot into the floor, and then either you can take your stretch right there, or option is to come up on that hand and lift the hips, press them forward, maybe take a hand to the lower back, keeping that shoulder drop. So all the strength is coming from the shoulder blades, and you can take that arm over and then press the sole of that foot into the floor, reaching through the fingertips. opening up the right side of the body. Inhale, exhale. And then very slowly with control, we'll take it down. And then again, extend through that heel. We'll take the arms up. And then take our twist toward that bent knee. Start with the head looking back over the back shoulder. Stay active through the extended leg. See if you can drop the shoulders and use that hand to maybe deepen the twist a little bit. Then we'll leave everything, leave the legs, arms where they are, and then start to rotate the neck, looking over that front shoulder, maybe down to the mat. Extend that back arm, nice and tall. You can tent the fingers of that back arm. And then we'll release and bring it all forward. Oh, did I tell you to get straps? I forgot. Okay, if you have your strap close by and a block. And we're going to come to a standing position. So make your way to stand, feet about hip distance apart. And just have your strap close by and just start by letting your shoulders drop. You can close your eyes for a minute. And just feel the upper body lifting. Feet are pressing into the mat. Weight equally distributed on both feet. Not too wide of a stance, just about hip distance. Let the shoulders drop. And there's some engagement of the abdominals. So your throat is lined up over the diaphragm, over the hips. Take a deep breath. Relax the shoulders down. Just notice, feel the strength in your Uttasana, the strong foundation under the feet. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Let's take the strap and we'll start with the hands nice and wide. So just out in front of you. And then we're going to inhale, just coming into our shoulder circles. Big shoulder opener here. So we're nice and strong through the abdominals. Take your inhale. Arms come up. And then keep the arms extended. And then exhale. Take the arms back behind you any amount. If you need to, let your hands slide out even wider. Nice and slow. Nice strong shoulder opener here. And come down as much as you can, feeling that stretch. You might come down low or just be here, but keep your arms nice and long. Inhale to come up. And then exhale, we'll come down in front. Let's do that again. Inhale the arms up. See if you can keep the arms extended. You can even get wider on that strap if you need to. And exhale, maybe come down a little bit lower. Trying not to flare the rib cage too much, keeping the abdominals engaged. And inhale, come up. And exhale down. As you start to open up, maybe you can move your hands maybe one fist distance closer to each other this time, or leave them where they are, your choice. You can always adjust. Inhale, come up. And exhale, nice and slow. Take them behind you. Go slowly so you can feel that stretch. Widen your hands if you need to. And inhale, come back up. And let that go. All right, just a couple of shoulder rolls there. And take your block, and we'll place the block in between the legs, just above the knees. So just gently holding onto that block. Right away, that's going to activate the inner thighs. And this time, let's take the hands about shoulder distance on the strap. And from here, I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. We're going to come into a chair pose. You can face the way you are. And then just let the hips come back as the arms start to come up, engaging through the core. So that most of your weight is on your heels. and you can see your toes. Abdominals are engaged, pelvic floor muscles engaged. We've got a little bit of pulling, that sense of pulling apart on the strap. So the arms are engaged, everything is working. Neutral neck, nice and straight from the lower back to the top of the head. Inhale, and then exhale, we'll just relax by just take your hands to your knees, maybe straighten up a little bit. We're going to do that again. Inhale and exhale. And then again, let's bring the arms up as the hips come back. Arms are alongside your ears. Maybe you can come a little bit lower, pressing on that block. Inner thighs working, abdominals working. Shoulder blades come together. And exhale, release. That's a good one. We're working just about every body part on that one. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, arms come up. Keep the arms active by pulling apart on that strap. Sitting back, strong through the thighs, pressing on the block. Abdominals working. Inhale, exhale. And then release the strap down. And then let's slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, using the abdominals. Find space between each vertebra as you come up, nice and slowly. Good. It is warming up in here. Let's take the block out. And from here, let's inhale the arms up. And we'll just circle the right arm with the left hand, and then bring the feet together, and we'll just start to side bend, trying not to lean forward, but a nice flat plane so the shoulders are over the hips. You can push your hip out in the opposite direction, maybe bend the knees. Find that side stretch. And inhale to come up. And we'll just switch hands, step the left foot out just a little bit. We'll start to bend toward the right. You can bring the feet together, bend the knees. Strong side stretch here. And come up. And let's inhale, and then we'll swan dive all the way down to the mat and face the short end of your mat. Find your forward fold. Relax the head. Knees are slightly bent. Weight is equally distributed, front and back of the foot. Relax the head. And then let's inhale to flat back. Abdominals strong, shoulders away from the ears, and exhale back to forward fold, Uttasana. And then from here, either knees straight or knees bent, we'll reverse swan dive all the way up and bring the hands to the heart. Let's do that again. Inhale the arms up, and then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. This time, place the palms of the hands to the mat. Bend your knees if you need to. We'll step all the way back to high plank. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips are in a nice straight line, engaging the abdominals. And then let's slowly lower the knees, untuck the toes, and we'll come all the way down to the mat in one piece. Legs are nice and strong, pressing together, pubic bone into the mat. Inhale, we'll come to baby cobra, lifting the upper back, pulling the shoulder blades together, top of the shoulders back, and exhale down. And again, baby cobra, lifting the chest, legs are strong, pressing together, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. and lower down. Let's come to all fours. And let's just stay there. We'll come to all fours. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And then we'll just take our cat-cow in all four positions. So from here, we'll let the belly drop, shoulders come back, tailbone lifts, chin lifts as you inhale. And then exhale, we'll round, pulling the navel to the spine, press the hands into the mat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Separate the shoulder blades, let the head hang. And inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And let's just come to a neutral spine. So abdominals are engaged. And we'll send the right foot back. So the ball of the foot is still on the mat, pressing into the ball of that foot. Opening up the back of that leg. And then engage the abdominals. We'll lift that leg so it's coming straight from the hips. Hips are square to the mat. And then go ahead and point that toe. Option to add the opposite arm. So we're coming into a spinal balance. Strong through the abdominals. Feel that stretch from the tip of the toes to the fingertips. And then leave the leg where it is. We'll take the hand back to the mat. Go ahead and flex that foot. So you're pushing through the heel, lift that leg, and we'll cross it all the way over the opposite leg. So the ball of the foot is on the floor, and then start to turn your head to look at that foot. You can kick your hips in the opposite direction, so you get a side stretch there. Option to here, if you want to take your weight into that right hand, left hand for the people in the room, and see if you can lift the opposite arm. A little bit of a balance and a stretch. And if your arm is lifted, take it back, and we'll uncross the legs and come back to all fours. Same thing, send the left leg back. Right leg for the Zoom people, left leg in the room. Find that length in the back of the leg. Engage the abdominals, lift that leg, point the toe. Option to add the arm, find your spinal balance. And we'll bring that hand back, and then go ahead and flex that foot, lift that leg, cross it all the way over. So the ball of the foot is on the floor, and we'll start to gaze toward that foot, feeling a side stretch. You can take your weight into that right hand or the hand that's on the side of that you're looking, and then option to lift that opposite arm in a diagonal. Feel that stretch all along that side, and then bring that arm back. We'll uncross the legs, and let's face the long end of the mat. So we're right in the middle of the mat. You can face me on Zoom. You're behind me, and let's come all the way up and extend one leg. We'll do the window side leg. Zoom, I think that's your left leg. And face the toes forward. And we'll walk the hands forward, take the hips back. Let's do a little stretch here. Pressing the ball of that extended foot, extended leg foot into the mat. And then we'll slowly come back up and take your arms up. And then we'll tilt and take one arm down, and then press the sole of the foot into the mat as you bring that arm overhead. So we get another, lots of side stretches today. Another side stretch there. And then let's take that arm up, take that hand flat to the mat. You can either have the toes tucked or you can untuck. Either way, we're going to lift that opposite leg. Shoulders back, strong through the abdominals. We'll just lift and lower and lift and lower. Press through that heel. Abdominals strong. Lift and lower. Lift, hold it there. And then from here, we're going to take that top hand to the head, and then we'll bring that knee in and round. Exhale. Oops. Little balance challenge. Inhale, and then exhale, round and extend. And bring that elbow to knee and extend. One more time, elbow to knee and extend. And then from here, let's lower that foot. Here it comes, you know this one. Option here to press your weight into that extended foot of the extended leg. Make sure that supporting arm is working, using the strength by pressing into that foot and that hand, abdominal strong. See if you can lift the supporting knee, any amount. If you can, we'll bring the elbow to knee, hold it there. Strong abdominals here. And lower down. Let's use that arm to come up. Good. Let's take a little break there. A little shoulder roll, that's a tough one. You know, just starting out, maybe you can lift just an inch, that's great, or just start to feel which muscles you need to start to lift that supporting leg. Let's point the toes toward the short end of the mat, and then we'll just slide down that side and take the other arm up. So here you want to make sure your hips don't fall back, but keep the hips pressed forward. So we're in a supported triangle. Fingertips are moving away from each other. And let's take that top arm overhead. And then inhale to come up. From here, just bend that knee. So now the knee is over the ankle, opening out to the side. And we'll come down, bring that elbow to the inside of the knee. So we're in a modified side angle this time. We'll bring that arm over the ear, using the elbow to press that knee so it stays aligned over the ankle and the toes. Reach through the fingertips, and then feel like that hip is moving forward. So the hips are staying nice and open. You're pressing that elbow against the knee and reach through the fingertips. So you're opening the chest toward the ceiling, reach through the fingertips, pressing the elbow against the knee, and then we'll inhale to come up. Good. Let's bring that knee back in, and we'll go right to the other side. So start with the foot facing forward, the toes facing forward, same direction that you're looking. And then we'll just come down, walk the hands forward, bring the hips back as you press the sole of the foot into the mat. So you get an inner thigh stretch here. Walk the fingertips forward. And then we'll bring the hands back, start to come up. Take the arms up. And then let's just take that hand down, and with the foot still on the mat, we'll take that stretch. Hips come forward, chest is lifting. And then we'll take that arm up, come all the way down, flat on that hand, and go ahead and lift that leg. Strong through the abdominals, and we'll lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift. From here, take the hand to the head. You can point the toes. We're going to bring the elbow to knee as you round and exhale. And inhale, extend. And exhale, round. And extend. And exhale, round. Extend. And go ahead and take that foot to the mat. And then just try it here. Make sure you're really pressing that the foot of the extended leg into the mat, strong on that supporting arm. And then engage the abs, most importantly, And any amount, see if you can lift that supporting leg, elbow to knee. We'll hold it there. And slowly lower down. Good, let's come up. And this time, let the toes face the short end of the mat. Open the arms. And let's come into our supported triangle. Arms are stretching apart. Hips are forward, so they're not coming back, but they're nice and in line with the shoulders as you extend. Maybe take that top arm over the ear, shoulders back. Chest is lifting. You can use the leverage of that hand against the shin to open up just a little bit more. And inhale to come up. We'll bring that leg to a 45-degree angle. Take that arm so your fingertips are touching the mat, and that elbow is keeping that knee aligned over the ankle and the toes. And we'll extend that upper arm over the ear. Press the hips forward. Reach through the fingertips. Use that elbow to keep that knee open. And inhale to come back. Good. Let's take both knees down and we'll again face the short end of the mat. We'll come back to all fours and just walk the hands up just a little bit. So we'll be in our proper downward dog position. You can tuck the toes. Again, strength of the abdominals, lift the hips. And let's come into a downward dog. Go ahead and pedal out your dog. Maybe bend one knee and the other knee. Take the hips side to side. Slowly pressing one heel down and then press the other heel down. Feel that stretch in the back of the calf. And then we'll come to stillness. Feet are about hip distance apart. Fingers are spread wide, pressing through the fingertips and the base of the fingers, heel of the hand, lifting through the sit bones. Then go ahead and bend the knees and lift the sit bones even higher. So we find that length in the upper body from the fingertips to the sit bones. See if you can rotate the inner elbows toward each other. So the chest drops toward the thighs. Relax the neck, the face, the jaw. Maintaining that height, we'll slowly lower the heels. Abdominals nice and strong. And then let's come up on the balls of the feet and we'll walk the feet forward to meet the hands, come into Uttasana. Forward fold and relax the head, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more this time. You can keep a slight bend in the knee or maybe straighten the legs. And you can take your fingers to the inner elbows and just let the weight of the head relax and the shoulders relax down. And then let the arms go. We'll come up to a flat back. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat. Step back to your plank. And then we'll slowly lower down. Your choice. You can have the knees up or the knees down. Elbows in, shoulders relaxed, away from the ears. Let's slowly, in one piece, come all the way down. Inhale to baby cobra or maybe full cobra. Nice long back. And then lower down. And let's come back to all fours and downward dog. All right, from downward dog, we're going to step the left foot a little bit closer toward the right. We'll take the right leg up high behind, reaching that leg as high as you can. You can come off the heel of a supporting leg. And then we're going to inhale and then exhale, bring that right knee to nose as you come forward, lifting that knee as much as you can. Push away with the hands and then keeping that knee lifted, step it forward between the hands. Take as many steps as you need to so you can adjust, maybe move the back leg back so that your knee ends up over the ankle. And then we'll lower the back knee and just untuck the toes and just feel the opening in that left hip as you drop your hips forward, right there. And you can climb your hands up to the knee and press that knee away as you press that back shin into the mat. It helps here if you have something to cushion that back knee, either two mats or a towel. And take the arms up. Inhale and exhale. We'll take the hands to either side of that front foot, retuck the toes, and then straighten that back leg. Very slowly, let's climb it up. So find your balance in a high lunge. Let the shoulders drop. You can have a slight bend in the back knee or maybe keep it straight. Let's take the arms up. From here, we're going to come into a warrior two. So let that heel come down to the mat. As you pivot on the ball of the foot, we're going to open up, let the arms drop. So you should be facing the screen. If you want to turn around, yeah, it makes it a little easier. Yeah, then you can see us. So as long as the right leg for me or left leg for you is whatever leg is forward so that you can just remember what side you're on so you can see. Shoulders are over the hips, hands nice and long. Keeping that knee aligned over the toes so that knee isn't falling in. Pulling the shoulder blades together. Feel that opening, the inner thighs. And let's turn that front palm up and take it to a reverse warrior. Let that back hand slide down the leg. Feel the stretch in the side body. And then go ahead and straighten that front leg. You can take your gaze behind you. Reach those fingertips even further. And then inhale to come up. Let's stretch those fingers forward as much as you can. We're coming into our triangle. Option here to have a block close to that ankle. So you can have a hand on a block or in front of the shin. So in our triangle, want to keep the hips forward. So try to avoid that, the hips falling back, but we're in one flat plane between two pieces of glass. Arms come apart. Trying not to come too low. We want to get length in both sides of the rib cage. Inhale, exhale, maybe take that top arm over the ear, reaching through the fingertips, and take it back up. Inhale to come up, and let's bend into that front knee. This time take the forearm onto that knee, so that knee is still angled over the knee is over the ankle. We'll come into our extended side angle, drop the shoulders back, using that elbow to keep that knee open, pressing into the back foot. You can stay there. So in this one, you don't want your hips up, you want your hip down so there's a straight line from the fingertips to the edge of that back supporting foot. Option to take that fingertips to the mat. Or if you like, you can take both arms out using the strength of the side body to extend both arms, your choice. If your arms are extended, we'll take one arm back to the elbow. Inhale to come up. And let's come back to a triangle. reaching that arm forward. Take that arm down, have a block close to you. We're going to come into a half moon. So from here, we'll take a hand to the waist, find a block, and then we're going to step it forward. And if you're at home, you can also do this against a wall or have a chair. And in the room, please feel free to use the rail because that'll help the bar. Doing it against the bar, it'll help with your balance, and you can really try to get the proper form. So from here, we're going to take our block and then step it forward about a foot, or maybe a little more than a foot in front of the front foot, and then take that back leg out. So your toes are facing front, hips are stacked one on top of the other. Option to take that arm up, press through that heel. If you're feeling stable, you can bend that knee and hold on, opening up the front body, press the foot into the palm. And we'll re-extend. And then we're going to step back into triangle pose as gracefully as possible. And inhale to come up. Let's take the hands to the hips and we'll take both feet facing forward. So we're in a wide straddle stance. And let's just come forward. Inhale and exhale. Keep the legs active. Relax the neck and the head. And then from here, we're going to bend that knee and take this reminds me of Alana. We want to make sure we grab that block and we'll take it to the other side. Yes, that move always reminds me of her. We'll come back here. And then from here, let's come, we'll start with warrior two. So this time we'll point the opposite foot to the short end of the mat. Bending into that knee, take the arms up, find your warrior two. Reaching through the arms. Knee is over the middle toes. Knee is also over the ankles. Reaching through the fingertips, feel the shoulder blades come together. Nice and wide through the hips. And give yourself a moment just to find that balance of effort and relaxation. Feeling the pose strong in that back supporting foot, pressing into the outer edge of that foot. Shoulders drop. Let's turn the front palm over. Take it back to your reverse warrior. Side bend. Let that back hand slide down the leg. And we'll straighten that knee. And maybe take your gaze to that back foot. Reach through the fingertips. And then inhale, bring the arms up. Let's extend as much as you can from the waist. Nice straight line so the hips are in line with the shoulders, and we'll come into our triangle pose here. Maybe take that arm, extend it over your ear. Pressing the hips forward, strong through the supporting legs. And inhale, take it back up. And then let's bend into that front knee. Take that forearm to the elbow, and we'll take that opposite arm over the ear. So now the hips drop a little bit, so we're in a straight line from the fingertips to the outer edge of that foot. Option to take the fingers to the mat, pressing the elbow into that knee. Chest is looking toward the ceiling, and then option to take both arms up. If your arms are extended, we'll take that elbow back to the knee and then come up. Find your triangle pose, hand to the hip. We'll find the block, and then we'll take our half moon on this side. So we'll bring that leg up. Again, option to be against the wall here, So you can find your balance. Press through that heel. The hips are stacked, toes facing forward. The tendency here is on the supporting leg is to the toes want to pull in. If you don't have that hip opening, which mine do, and we're trying to keep the toes toward the front of the short end of that mat. You can take the arm up. Option to bind here. If you're in a bind, re-extend. And then we'll come back through triangle pose and come up. We'll come back to warrior two. And then we'll just windmill the hands down so they're on either side of that front foot. And let's step that foot back to meet the other foot. So we're back in downward dog. Inhale and then exhale. Let's lower the knees. And you can come into a child's pose, either knees together or knees apart. And take a couple of breaths there. And let's walk the hands in. And we'll come up and just come to sit and extend the legs out. And from here, we'll slowly lower down. So we're laying down on our mat. So you can have the soles of the feet on the mat, and then we'll just let the knees open. We'll bring the balls of the feet together. So we're in a butterfly position here. And then we'll slowly bring the knees. You can use your hands to bring your knees together. We'll take the soles of the feet to the edges of the mat. So the toes are slightly off the mat at an angle. You can take your arms to a T and keep the feet where they are. We'll inhale and exhale. Let the knees drop to the mat. Really press the knees to the mat. Give our hips a little stretch. Inhale to come back up. And we'll let the knees drop in the opposite direction, pressing the knee toward the mat. Inhale up and just take it side to side at your own pace with the breath. And then we'll keep the knees up, and then we'll just extend one leg and the other leg. You can bring your arms down to about a 45-degree angle from your shoulders as we come into Shavasana. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath. And exhale, let go of all the effort. Relaxing the face and the jaw. The shoulders melt toward the mat. And the breath just comes into its own natural rhythm, no effort there. See if you can release any residual tension from the neck or the shoulders, lower back. Arms and legs are heavy. Ready, start to deepen the breath. Bring some movement to the fingers and toes. Maybe take the arms overhead for a full body stretch as you inhale. And then we'll exhale, bring one knee in and the other knee. And very slowly, we'll roll onto one side as we come again to sit in a cross-legged position. Keep your eyes closed just for another minute here. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a deep breath. Exhale, you can just slightly bow the head. Just sneak in one last moment to notice how you're feeling. Really relish that sense of relaxation and balance. Take a moment of gratitude for each other and the space, for these healthy bodies that allow us to practice. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. All right. Yay, we did it. Now we have to hurry and let the other people in.